Rahul
Hey,
Bat, second.
Rahubat, how you
Yeah, how
doing?
you doing, bro?
Good,
Yeah,
good, good, good.
it's finally good to see you, talk to you with you. I just joined the Zoom, so it's gonna
Yeah, I
be
mean it's kind of a fill up, so it's not gonna be too long, but yeah, I'm getting some messages coming through. Let me just take this. Yeah, so yeah, it's
nah.
just an opportunity for any burning questions you may have.
Oh yeah, yeah. I said Cam, man. I said Kemi. I was in the bookstore Sunday, and there was an elder. He shouted you out. I learned
Oh,
also from
wow.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
he's
bookstore?
and
Brooklyn?
yeah, I'm in New York in
Right.
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, I had a good time, and then I met Lifeway there.
Oh,
It was cool.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Lifeway, the herbalist. You know of him?
Tour. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, he's on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good experience for me. But I've been busy with school. I work as a assistant teacher. So
Right.
yeah,
Was
I'm
there a class at the store or were you just passing by?
question and answer class. Yeah,
Oh,
on
okay.
Sun- it's
Right.
only on Sunday there. It's only on
Mm,
Sunday. They don't
right.
really do much except that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what other programs. But the point is, yeah, but there's also that guy who does karate and he's teaching language. He's good too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's
Wow.
basically what I've been to. I've been really, yeah, doing my best, but I'm busy. I'm busy
Mm.
with
It's
life.
good. It's good to be busy because you're alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's a great part about it. And the only thing is sometimes I'm a little tired from work, you know how. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You gotta pace yourself and manage your 24-inch gauge, your time, 24 hours. You just gotta balance everything. It's not easy because we all have to, but yeah. So
sure.
is there anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, yes, of course. I mean, um, you can spark a question that if you had anything to ask me, I actually wanted to know,
Um,
because
how long you been in Wu-Sabat now, would you say?
yeah, yes. So maybe that's an interesting question. But like it probably is along the same time when I started just wanting to learn more about it, and I learned from it from you,
Mm,
um, from also from just being around the community. So it's like many people I watch. I watch Young Elder, I watch BDL 114,
right.
and the videos help me. Your videos help me. So everyone I'm learning from helps me.
Mm,
I learn from language teachers. So the community of the Wu-Sabat.
right.
So
Okay.
everybody that's in it, that's prevalent,
Wh-
that's doing
What I was
videos.
asking, it was more like, is it a year or so now, or is it more than that you've been
I'm not sure.
active in?
Probably already a year because I was teaching since a year.
Yeah.
So now my first year I've been in teaching in school. So I would say, yeah, like 9 months to a year.
All right. Okay. And
Nine,
how are
but
you finding how is your life based on what you've learned so far?
yeah, it's a positive change. But I got it's a very positive change,
Mm,
honestly. Yeah, and like say like LifeWave and people that I meet, they say I have a high vibration. They're telling me, I'm a Sabian and stuff, so it changes my mentality.
right.
Nagaru, like African Black people in America, they need
Mm,
to understand that they are Egyptians and Sabians and not Negroes
right.
and like or black or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll start living like in Tama're. They live a lifestyle in Tama're. So I like what Life would say, yo, I said, man, Tamaru was man cool. Like I wish I was born there or grew up around
Mm-hmm.
them.
Right.
And he said, yo, it's coming back, man. He said,
Yeah,
Lifeway
it's
said,
coming back. It's gonna come back. Definitely.
yeah, yeah, that lifestyle, I
Bigger and
vibrate
better. Yeah, that's what we work. That's what we're working to. And we're gonna have yeah, communities, you know. all around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
hate. Yeah, I don't. I'm not, I don't particularly because I was born in Brooklyn and New York, so I never particularly enjoyed or liked the place. It's always dirty
Mm.
and bunch of rats and vermins. There's always a mouse with a pizza in his mouth. So yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the
the city
subway, like
life.
city life is like yeah, is you're always on the move and you don't have time to sit down or anything. So and then everything is expensive now in Flatbush. Like this one bedroom apartment is like $3,500. So I work
Wow.
in school, yeah. So like a small apartment is that much now, because they build like $48 million apartments. So all the garus, all the black people can't like afford it. And
Mm.
like if you don't like somebody, you would probably raise the price. And all I see is a few, like who's staying there, So
Yeah.
my job, I don't make enough to, so it's like there's those jobs are not sustainable. What's a bet? A question is, what's a good replacement? Does Sabians have a way to help people work, have a job, or if they,
You
instead of
know,
working at
with
system?
Sabian's job is just over broke. So it actually
Yeah,
lives up to his name. So we encourage to do for self. So, work
okay.
and
Do, mm,
yeah, don't look at the job as just, something you just do because of money. You got to have a career and longevity in mind. So it's about having an entrepreneur mindset and having to be able to work together with others to produce. I mean, the
yeah,
way the master teacher is he's always been an entrepreneur, so everything is set up that way. So if you look at like it's for the community because the stores, we give out a lot of free information, free classes, and so on. But at the
that,
same time,
uh,
we have to produce a lot of the material, the books. We
mm,
can sell incense, oils,
yeah,
cocoa, papaya. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, that's exactly what I
it's
was
about
saying.
plugging in with whatever skills you have because we're building and rebuilding. So yeah, I mean, there are many ways you
Uh,
could transfer the skills you already have into, doing something for
exactly,
yourself. Yeah,
exactly. I'm on an abundance mindset. Like,
that's right.
right, like I want to be in the community, part of my family, and it's like work won't be the work. It will be me enjoying um each other, like, in that community where basically, yeah, like I like where everyone is connected with nature,
Mm-hmm.
no such thing as, suffering or pain or anything. Because I always hear that. I loved, the meditation, and it's like Baba
Yeah,
saying, "Remember, you're an Egyptian, and where you're in Tama're, where there's
yeah,
no pain, no more crying."
that's right.
You know,
It's
so it's
that's
like,
this is one of the reasons why they didn't want us to gather and be together because when you say together, that's what you're really saying, to gather. And when you're, around like-minded people, you share
what,
the energy, you share ideas, you share resources, and you all start to
that,
vibrate the same in terms of, positive vibes. So that's what Tamaray was about. The Tamaray was set up in a nice environment that's conducive for your development, both physically, mentally, spiritually, So that's what communities are about. And that's why we're working on getting more communities so people can actually experience Wu-Sabat on a
yeah,
daily basis, not
that,
just like
yeah, yeah,
go to the
yes.
church on a Sunday or just go to the mosque on a Friday and then you're back in dunya. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's what people don't get. It's off if everyone as says we love each other, all like 90 beings, all of us change that mindset. We decide to be like all together as one. Like I believe the collective consciousness is gonna go get
Exactly.
increased, so we can be like uh able to even you know
Yeah.
create planets and be talking to our ancestors, talking to because we you rather be on the you rather be on the high level and or the same or equal level with your gods.
That's
So if you
right.
want to be high vibrational, if you want to be, like communicate, speak the language, speak Mispatia. So I make sense to me when
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah, when you speak Mispatia. I probably yeah. So I probably butcher it, but how
Oh,
do I
we're
say,
all
what
learning,
is
and
your
like
name?
you don't
I learned that in class, but I forgot it. So
yeah, just try not to
yeah,
be too like
yeah.
critical of yourself. I mean,
I'm
like
not
the
trying
master
to.
says, just use it. Use sometimes, you'll use a word that
Yeah,
is an old word, but it doesn't matter, like because the words get updated. So whatever you remember, you use that as opposed to going, to the English and you still
yeah,
get the
yeah,
tone and
yeah.
the vibration,
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Yeah, yeah. That I won't make a. It's yeah, because once you go outside, you go to school, you speak English, then you want to speak Sabian, and then I'm speaking English every day, talking to the children. Remember, in school, so
right.
I tell them, to do things, and then I don't really have so many people I speak Misbah here. But that's the all I was saying because you don't really speak it a lot. The more I speak it, the
Yeah,
more I learn. I
that's
understand that.
right.
Yeah,
That's why the
I
community is
wanna be
so
around.
important. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, can I order a coffee? Or blah, 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 you have to speak English, or whatever, and then
Right.
you don't use it if you're using English all day. That's what happened. But
Mhm.
yeah, I want to say I got the book, The Science of
Oh,
Healing.
Science of Healing. Wow, that's a
Yeah, by
great book.
Pratt.
That's a
I
very,
scroll
very good book.
while I was there.
They all
Yeah, man.
good, but yeah, the Science of Healing, that's a classic. Yeah, that
Yeah,
goes.
so as facts, you know that I know that I do that, bro. And
Mm.
the elder talked a lot about you. He said he remembered you as a child. You know his name? I don't remember, but I think it's Uncle something. But
Okay.
I talked about Sakem. I'm learning from Sakemi, and he said, "Oh, Sakemi." He's like, "Yeah." So but another book I got is this one too.
Oh wow, yeah, I got that. That's a very good book as well. Yeah, you're reading, you're studying. That's great. That's what we
Wow.
like to see people studying because you have a direct connection with the master teacher when you're reading. Um, and sometimes people, I hear the fact that they may not have, access to the book, but when you do, it's wherever you can get hold of it, it's great to get your own copy, build your library. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was more so, yeah, it's more so my yes. Thank you, Sakem, for your for help because without you, without the community, right? You know, that's what is helping all around the world. You're able to continue doing what you're doing because you're able to inspire and you're able to um
Yeah, it's the
teach
master,
others.
Every time anyone says that, I have to remember, we have to remember that we are literally just satellites of the master teacher and pushing the information that he has taught us.
Mhm.
So, it's always good to remember that because it's so easy for people to become um I don't know, forget the source. And that's one of the things that when I came on the scene, I was actually like you know, asking some of these people that were teaching that I knew where that they were getting the information, the source of the information, but I
Mhm.
didn't. They didn't seem to always recognize or give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yes,
so
yeah.
that's
So
why every time anyone says that, I have to remember, listen, it's not me, it's coming through me, it's from the master teacher.
yeah,
But I
we
appreciate love
yeah,
your kind words.
yeah, man. I really mean it because yeah, nowhere else I feel comfortable or like I like to be free, and I don't know,
Hmm.
yeah, this is me and yeah, and I don't like being um like I don't let people bully other people. Someone
Yeah.
saying something wrong, I stick up for people, I stick up for the weak, and I don't like stuff like that's like that. I rather cooperating. So, and then But there was one thing you could say.
Mm-hmm.
What was that sister? I liked. She's a
What
Sabian, and I
Nunta?
really like how she talked. Yeah, because she said, yeah, every time I just listen to her and I pay attention to her class,
Yeah,
and you know, she said first, she says the book she reads, she says the Patrak, and then she says we will acknowledge who
right.
brings us together, the master
Sure.
teacher. She says that in every
Absolutely.
like start of the teaching. So I was like, I like her a lot, the way she's
Yeah,
like,
she does a
who,
good
who
class.
brings
She
us
does
together? The way
a lot of the
she says
reading.
that. Yeah, yeah, she says it like that. So she reads the book, but she also says, who brings us together? And she shows Panababianun
Yeah,
right here. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
I understand Panababianun is the master of all masters because um wait, well, is Duhudi a avatar as him, or is like I'm a little confused about Tahuti actually.
Yeah,
But the
so he's the incarnation of Tahuti in this day and time. And but Tahuti is known by many different names and titles throughout the different ages. But in this day and time, yeah, that's Parna Babyanun. It's just another name
oh wow, I
that
understand it.
yeah, that's right. So yes,
Yeah,
that's
wow,
correct.
wow. So that means that's why like that means every time I watch like any science channel or whatever, like they probably read Panababyanun books, but they say Tahuti is
Right. They don't know that
Baba. They say Tahuti.
right. And the
You
thing
know,
is, this is some of the
I
confusion
think
is
that's
like when you have a name in time, many people will have the name. Like, for example, right? People today will name their children Moses or, you know, Joshua or whatever. And
yeah, yeah.
just because you're named after someone, that doesn't mean that you are that original person. So,
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
yeah, so people
Crazy,
will be
man.
like, okay, he's Tahuti, but he's the original Tahuti. You see, it's like the name Isa, which you'll find very frequently used in the Arab world, because
Hmm.
Isa is that what the rendition of what they would say from Yeshua, from Hebrew
Wow.
Yeshua to Isa in Arabic, and
Mm.
then obviously in English they will say Jesus, or depending on what language. So when someone
Yeah,
says,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, when someone talks about someone, they may be speaking about a different person that was called Tahuti, or do you know what I mean? Like you could be talking
Oh,
about Moses, and Moses is your friend, but
yeah,
it, but
yeah.
then but then you have to say, how did
Yeah.
he get that name and where did it come from? Now he may just say my mother or my father named me Moses, but then when you go and ask their mother or father, like, why did you name your son Moses? They may be
Hmm.
like, oh, because I come from a Christian background, and
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
named him after Moses, the great Moses of the Bible. You see, and
Yeah.
like it's the same thing. Whereas people are saying Thoth and they're talking about him, but when I put out the video, I was like, because you had people like Bill Carson, and you had Cat Williams, and
So,
loads of people talking about Thoth.
th- that's
But
what I'm thinking about. That's what
yeah,
I'm thinking about. I want Bill Carson is the number one person I would want to talk about Panababyanun. I need him to say Baba Panababyanun because he has a big following, or
yeah,
Terrence Howard. I don't have a because you said it's going worldwide. And yeah, I listened to I started off with listening to him too, so it was confusing.
mm,
So instead of going on the Gaia channel and then Nagato, we get misled. We're gonna think, oh, okay, Tahuti is the author of all what I'm saying?
right,
Tahuti is
right,
the author.
right,
It is correct, but
yeah,
it's not the actual being, which is the master teacher,
right.
because that's his writing, correct?
In this day and
So
time, right,
yeah, his
yeah,
hand maybe being moved by Tahuti. It's true. He may be an avatar of Tahuti.
But the thing
But
is
that's not
that when
Tahuti.
you when you
What
when
the
you look
message
at
is. Yeah.
the even if you want to call it coincidence or possibility of why would there be somebody in this day and time that's the most prolific writer that has written over 1,000 books that answers questions on anything, but yet the people on the planet are not connecting the dots to say, okay, who else in history did this? Who else has been able to put out so much information on all subjects? And so when we say, look, he's here, then they don't even try to go and check it out
Yeah,
or
that's
verify
right.
it or
That's right.
dispute it. They keep
So
quiet because a lot of these celebrities and people, if they're under someone else's control in terms of it may affect their money, their work, their popularity, or whatever, then
uh
they may have a contract which, stipulates
yeah.
that they can't do certain
Yo,
things.
forget about their money, man. Forget
Yeah,
about their money. We on the same wavelength. And how much money me and you have, we have infinite money
of
because
course, of
because
course.
we have the abundance.
Yeah.
And they're like they could have $1 billion. Bill has a lot of money, but he's not if he's not choosing the correct information, that's not it's not worth a lot. So that's my say.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why the scripture
Terrence
says,
Howard.
what
Yeah, I want
profits
them
a
all
man
to
to
kill.
gain the whole world and lose their soul? So it's not about the
Yeah,
money, it's about saving souls, and it's about sharing the truth. And that's what I mean. Like, you've got to have a conviction and a moral standard to say, this is about getting the truth out there. This is about representing the liberation, and freedom of humanity and people trapped mentally by way of these lies by way of religion.
the
Yeah.
whole humanity, and I'm for that, Sakemi man. So yeah, this is the priceless like amount of information,
Mm.
and yeah, the but they like yeah, the Most High is. So another question is the Most High God communicating to me when I read Panababia Nun's books?
That this is going to be another crazy one, right? The
Yeah.
Most High is Parnababyanun, meaning that when we say the Most High, and again, people run away with it and they start to say, oh, he's not, Anu's the Most High. And you can't say he's the Most High. But we're talking about now, in this day and time, in this period, to the beings on the planet. The Most High in what? The Most High in intellect, the Most High in knowledge, the Most High in terms of his ability to be able to answer questions put to him, right?
Mm,
So when you're reading the word the Most High or those words, that's from a book, the Bible, where it will say the Most High, which is when you translate it, it relates to Anu or beings that come from up on high. You see, this is why even when you use the word the Most High, it's like, okay, in order to say somebody or something is the Most High, what you're admitting is that you have to compare them with someone else, because how do you judge or say
wow.
someone is higher than the other person? So when we
Mm,
say, when you're asking the question, yes, because you're tapped into, you're connected to that being that you're reading the scrolls. So you're getting that from the Most High, from up on high, because he is the highest being. So that's
I
what
sure
we
feel
when we
for that.
say,
Wow.
yeah, he is the Most High or our Most High. And the Most High on the planet. So we always say, if someone seems to think that he is not, or
Uh,
they say somebody else is, let us know who that is, because
Lord,
on the
Lord.
planet right now,
Mm.
there is no one that can claim that. And
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they do, we would put them to the test and check them out and ask questions and try and see. if they
Facts.
are really able to do the works. Because it's not
Tower
just
attack.
about making a claim, you see? Yeah,
Yes, not just a claim and actual facts, bro.
yeah.
Thank you, Tower Attack, for
And
kept
tap
so
at the
much
R4. Yes, Samal.
for that
It was, man.
because it makes me a lot more sense now. Like I don't have to stress anymore or worry like who Babylon really is anymore.
Mm,
But I know now, like, you know, Babylon is the most high.
that's
So
right.
so it's like, it's like, yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna get sidetracked or distracted or confused anymore. So
Yeah, I mean
every
that's what it does. It brings peace because once you know the truth, as it says in their own books, the truth shall make you free because you're free from that, that kind of like uncertainty of when you're just saying words like the Most High. Well, who is the Most High? Where are they? And even when you go into the high in terms of going into different galaxies or to different constellations, these beings are, they recognize Yanun as being the highest being in terms of knowledge.
oh, okay.
You see,
To
so whichever way you look at it, whether you come from a Christian background, in the Bible, they tell you that he is the archangel Michael, which is the highest of the
mm,
angels. You see, you go into Islam, they will mention the being known as al-Qadir, the green one.
Kadir.
You
Yeah.
see, so wherever culture you
Oh,
go to, he is there and he's
yeah.
recognized.
Uh,
Maybe you're using a different name,
oh,
as I said, where there's Tahuti, and then his students, like Moses, would become Tahutimus or Thotmus. You see, that's
yeah.
the real pharaoh that they get the word, Moses from, because it came from studying on the Tahuti. You can
Wow,
hear phonetically Thotmus, Tahutimus. Yeah,
yeah.
Moses. Yeah.
And, that's amazing, Sakem. So that's makes me so happy to
Mm.
have to have the honest conversations and be on a good frequency and be on the right path, the
Tua.
way to find the way. And we need to guide everyone to find the way. And who knows the way is Baba.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, why not learn and grow and take advantage of that while he's
Mm.
on our plane,
But Wild is here. Yeah, exactly. We can
you
sup
know?
with him, and this is why it's so important for us to get him out of there, and to spread the word. And there are so many different aspects to the mission. A lot of people forget it is a mission. The mission is to, like he says, let my words be known, get the words out to the people. That's
Yeah,
one aspect. And there are other aspects like fighting the cases, the legal cases. There are aspects of building the community. There are aspects of providing things for the children. There are aspects of looking after our elders. There are aspects of us, like we say, building sanctuaries, building communities, building temples, having stores so people can have access to, to
right.
the knowledge. And there's so much to do. Um, making garments. Anything that we currently have to go somewhere else for, we need to have that within our culture, you know,
Yeah,
and that's everything, from garments to products, health
yeah.
products.
I understand. That's so
You know what
funny.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like jewelry,
yeah.
whatever you need, we
So,
need that. So
you
everyone
know,
can come in and get
yeah,
involved. Yeah.
yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, because that's too. Like we're the gods. Every other race is help working together, and then they help each other and then they do their thing. So I'm
Mm.
like, why is the Garo not like that? And then I'm not saying that, but there's another it's just weird. But and then there was these bags. I
Hmm.
know a little bit off, but like like Ralph Lauren bags or these
Hmm.
expensive bags for $38,000,
Right.
and they think you make it in Italy, and that's just this Chinese guy that just showed the bag and he's saying, but we manufacture these bags. This costs $1,500, and they are saying,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
That's a
selling it for
brand,
$3,800. Yeah,
Yeah.
so these women's bags is like,
It's
why they
just a
don't just
brand. You're
make
you're
it?
paying for the
Right.
brand.
They're crazy. These people are crazy. Like
Yeah.
this is what they like. Things aren't that expensive. They make
It's
great
the
things in China.
mindset. Yeah, the
Yeah,
mindset.
celebrities buy them, they give it to them, and then that's their God. They like some woman or some person's gonna spend $3,800 on a bag. It's like nothing they can do about it. But I'm
Yeah.
saying their mentality is low. So it's like that's an example of like, but if I have my Africans and Sabians making our own clothes,
Mm.
having their own currency, and like living as a tribe, that's much more powerful as well. So that's a goal Sabians have to do. Nagaru
Yeah,
has to
that's
do.
right. We this is what I'm saying, that we have all of these, in motion. It's just finding, like he said, the master teacher part in the Bab says, like I sift amongst the many to find those who are ready and really willing to actually,
Sure.
yeah, put it into motion and action, not just like just, talking
That
about it. Because at
exactly.
some
That's what
point,
I think, man.
yeah.
Like stop talking about it and like people that has a lot of money, black people that do, you should, I want to shout out B-Dell 1014 because he helps me in the way, like I watch his videos
Mm,
and he helps me in the way stay informed. It's like a news like videos. I don't really watch
right.
the manufactured news, stuff like that. I watch, I talk to Sabians for news. I watch the Riskians. I
Mm,
talk to other, you know, people in the community because a lot of things they propagate is lies. I know it's like not correct information. So I'm a little different.
yeah.
So, but most people will, might just hear the news and so what's going on right now, like on the planet? What do we got to be ready for next by 2030 for the pickup? So how
Well,
can
I
the
mean,
government
for
prepare for
yeah,
being picked up by our
sorry, go ahead.
risking our
Mhm.
parents? We got
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
parents, and go go to the school bus, the
mhm, Crystal
school bus
City.
that's gonna pick up the
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this is what, we as Sabians, we're not just advocating the only way is to be picked up by a spaceship, as some people try to mock us and say, but wherever we are, we do our best and we are our best. Whether we're on the planet, we need to have the best. We need to, have aspirations to build and do what we spoke about before. But yes, in terms of if you're cleaning yourself inside out, which is becoming more and more difficult to do in terms of what you're putting into your body, where you got to know about herbs and things like that, as you were saying before, to cleanse yourself. But it's
yeah,
a combination of things. It's your thoughts, it's your intentions, it's how you're helping people, the mind. All of these things make you who you are in terms of your nature, and that they're looking for your light, as in that what we people say aura that you're giving out. And so yeah, when they
so,
return, they are looking for a group of us. They say the 144,000, but if you are together in
mhm.
one place, then you're going to have that energy, that light. But
Oh,
obviously, individually, you're also working on yourself. So when they are from an aerial view looking down, they want to see, oh, there's the green light right there,
uh,
that big green light. But you can see little green lights individually all over the place, but you bring them
mhm.
all together. This is why, we were on the land, and they didn't want us to be able to
Very,
be in one place, because then they will know exactly where we are.
You get the
Yeah,
signal. You get the signal, bro.
that's
Yeah,
right. There you go.
the green.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
the green pizza. Like,
yeah.
yeah. To me, I'm not fooled by that. I know that that's powerful in our numbers,
Mm,
and I want a community of us living with Ashok. Even since I was born, I never
yeah.
liked the world, the way it's about murder
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly. So
uh,
that's
you
why
know,
the language also is very, very important because it actually changes you. And I don't know if you've seen part of
yeah.
the documentary, the language, yeah, where the Haptui and brother Usir were breaking down the language and they explain. You can read the Partarat, speaking of tongues, where it explains how when you're gathering together speaking the language, you start to even look the same because it's about the vibration and frequencies, and this is how you all start to become one.
Uh,
So the language is also very, very important. And remember, the whole story of the Tower of Babel was because of the language, not really about the tower. And that's because when they
yeah.
were all speaking one tongue, they were
Everyone was
able
one
to,
tongue. Yeah,
yeah, they
to a
were able to do whatever they imagined to do. They put their mind to, and that's
exactly,
exactly
bro.
what we were doing in Tamaray. And they had to disperse us, knowing that the same thing that was done in the Tower of, Babel, that they dispersed and confound the tongue so
Uh,
people couldn't communicate with each other and they were all scattered all over the place. This is what's happening right now. We're scattered all over the place because
yeah,
I know that's going back to what I was saying about when you're looking from above, you're seeing the people that are transforming, you're seeing them as little green lights. But if you gather together in one place, you would see a massive green light, you see? So even
uh,
when the orbs came last year, they were looking, the crafts were
I
looking
remember we
for
talked about
they
those
yeah, they
orbs.
were remember they were first in New Jersey,
Yeah,
in
remember we
Tenak.
talked about
Yeah.
sure.
So
What
they
what
were there
exactly are
looking
the
for the
orbs?
master. Mm?
They they they're looking for Pada
Yeah,
Babylon, Bab, right? But they're also for looking for the children, the green
that's
light
right.
children.
Yeah.
So
Because
what are they all
that's
who
why
are
they
they then?
went to like where Tamaray was, because that's what they remember everyone with the gathering. But there was no one there, you see. So um
Sh
yeah,
that
now
that's
it's
that
like yeah, so they
thing, bro.
started to distort by sending out drones and all kinds of other
Yeah.
things to distract and make people think, oh, okay, it's just drones, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what it's like. That's what it's like. It exactly why I say I don't watch those news and stuff because, but like, you know, um, that's all. Is there like there's this SS something on the Telegram where it talks about the news. Is
mm,
there like, yeah, we need the like to let Sabians know where they can get actual factual news from. Because I hate every time like I overstand it. It may be an ancestor
mm,
someone communicate with me and I see those crafts and it's like, yo, those crafts is me. Those are
mm,
my family members. And I feel like, yo, like and I could see the orbs and I could see
yeah.
things.
When you're in
And
tune,
then
yeah.
you got the news CNN said, oh, the drones were flying. Like what the heck? That's not the correct
Yeah,
information.
I mean,
Drones are flying. That's all
it's all
people
it's all about
know.
losing, yeah, not wanting to lose
Also,
control. Yeah,
uh, so, but when you know what it is, and then they just that's why I don't listen to the news. Like what information is correct? It's the same stuff, and
yeah,
we have to be also careful, Sakem, of AI
mm,
videos.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
about AI, what is exactly is the AI? Artificial intelligence.
mm.
Is that something that can be dangerous to us as beings? Because I fear
Like
like
anything else, it all depends on how you use it. But talking about the news is really partner Babyanun because he be telling us things that are gonna happen way in advance and has been doing so for so long. So he already, informed us that AI is really is extraterrestrials that are behind AI, and a lot of it is to a lot of people are lazy and they want robots and computers to do everything. So they basically become dependent on them. but you have to
Yeah.
also,
Wow.
like anything else, realize you can use it for positivity or you can use it for negativity.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Sure.
yeah, so it all depends on the person. It's like, saying is fire bad or good for you? It's all how dependent on how you use it, you see.
How you
So,
utilize into
yeah,
a
so yeah, we know AI it's kind of like a tool that can be used to get rid of humanity if humanity is lazy and allows it to take control and take over,
exactly. And then
instead of
it,
being in control of it. Yeah.
so Cam, I'm telling you right now, there are beings that are going to have the Neuralink chip. There are beings that
Oh
are going to
yeah.
have
They've
the
been
marker of the
trying
beast.
that already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the problem I correlated with AI, and then what if the AI goes into the robots, and then
Mm.
now it's a Terminator or
That's
the
what that's
iRobot.
exactly. Yeah. You can go back and watch all those movies like Terminator,
So
iRobot, and they've been telling you this, and it's happening in real life right now. There's a company called
no,
Neuralink that's doing the putting the chips in and stuff. So yeah, it's happening
yeah,
right now. And this is something that we knew about many, many years ago, from Panda
really
Babylon.
cool. So,
So for us,
mm,
we just got to get together, focus on getting Panda Babylon out and coming back together in communities so we can help spread truth, Wu-Sabat, to the world and wake up other people. Yeah, but
so
I'm coming to
good.
I'm gonna have to round off because I got
That's good.
another engagement. So yeah, if you
Yeah.
have any like final thoughts or anything you want to just kind of finish off, that would be great so that I can be on time.
Yeah, of course, Sakem, it's always a pleasure. Like I'm a little thank you for, helping, always continuing teaching,
Hmm.
coming together is the main message that
100%.
I agree with.
Yeah,
Uh, as Sabians, we got to come together and with our shook, like I want
absolutely.
the whole planet to have
All right.
divine love and the consciousness to be high enough.
Hmm.
So our most
Thank
high
you. Thank you.
and talk to us.
Yeah. Each one
So
teach one. Yeah. And without, like the master says, without us, he would just be like, well, I'm just here by myself. So he says it's beautiful when we wake up, and that's how I feel when we reach somebody else and each one reach someone and touch somebody. So yeah, Tahuti, and yeah, we'll
uh,
catch up again soon. And yeah, keep going to the classes and in Brooklyn and connecting with the community. That's fantastic. All right.
yeah. I will
Until next
continue the
time.
journey. Until next
Cool.
time.
All right.
To
Wadu Zamal.
Wadu Zabar.
Wadu.